This is Mr. Elmhorst with a accelerated math lesson on proportionality in circles and pi. Earlier in the year, we looked at ratios and proportions, and proportionality is based on factors and multiplication. So within circles, there's a relationship that has been called pi, but the relationship comes to the ratio of the circumference over the diameter. So here, let's take a look at this. Label on the left side, circumference is the distance around any circle. And then we have the diameter. And that is going to be the distance straight across from one side of the circle to the other in a straight line. And then finding the center of the circle, this from the center of the circle to the side is called the radius. So for example, if we had a circle with a circumference of 22, and we could call that inches, feet, miles, whatever the measurement is, if the diameter is 22 over 7, that special ratio is going to give us the proportional relationship of any circle. So let's set that up, 22 over 7 as a fraction. Now we're going to go down below and divide that out. Divide the circumference by the diameter to discover the proportional relationship of any circle. And we're going to use hundredths place value in the division process. So let's take a couple minutes, go ahead and divide that out. So we look at multiples of 7 that divide into 2. No 7s go into 2. 3 multiples of 7 will go into 22. So 3 times 7 is 21. I'm going to subtract. Put in a decimal place value. We're done with 22. Now we're going to move into tenths, hundredths, and thousands. 7 goes into 10. 1 times 7. And 7 goes into 30 4 times. 4 times 7. We could continue dividing here, but in general mathematic terms, when we're looking at the shortened version of pi, what that number represents, the factor or the proportional relationship is going to be pi, which is 3.14. So the Greek symbol for pi is over here on the right, and now we're going to fill in, instead of the symbol, we're going to fill in the place value for that as being 3.14. That is the factor that we're always going to use. Normally, we don't say it's the circle factor, we just call it pi. Now, in order to calculate pi, we're going to take the diameter times the pi, and that'll take us back to the circumference. I think I said that wrong. In order to calculate the circumference, we're going to multiply the diameter times pi, and that will take us back to the circumference. Now, radius is half of the distance, so if we multiply 2 times the radius, that will give us back to diameter, and then we just do diameter times pi, and that will give us the value of the circumference. And we could extend this a little bit further, just say diameter times 3.14. And this would be 2 times r times 3.14 for the value of pi. So down below, we're just going to be looking at the given information of a circle, either the diameter or the radius. Now we're going to use the formulas, diameter times 3.14. So we got circumference is equal to diameter times 3.14. And the circumference is going to be equal to, the diameter is 36 times 3.14. Now we go ahead and set that up, multiply it out, and that answer is going to give you the distance around the circle with the diameter of 36 inches, feet, meters. And we have the circumference of this circle is going to be equal to the radius times 2 times the radius times 3.14. So we got the circumference is equal to 2 times, we take out the radius and put in 21 times 3.14. So that's going to give us 42. 2 times the diameter of 21 means the distance, the diameter. So 2 times the radius of 21 gives you the diameter of 42. Take a couple minutes, go ahead and multiply the 3-digit, 2-digit numbers. Double check your multiplication. When you're done multiplying the first digit, make sure you cross out that digit down below. Now, once we're done multiplying, we need to put the decimal place value in our answer. There's 2. Moving to the left, 1, 2. So this should be 113 as the distance around that circle. And then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and this one's going to be 131 and 88 centimeters. And I'm going to put a little 1 right here. Centimeters 1 just means it's linear. It's not area, it's not volume. So the last one down below is an intro for tomorrow. We're going to calculate the area of circles also. And the area of circles is going to be based on the radius. So area is square units. Square units, let's identify that. And in order to get square units, we need the square of something. And for circles, we're going to square the radius and multiply that times pi. So we have radius squared times pi, or the diameter divided by 2 squared times pi. So right here, if we had the diameter of 22 divided by 2, we're going to square that and then multiply it by 3.14. So the distance, oh, that is incorrect. I was looking at the wrong thing. 22 is the circumference, 7. 7 is the diameter. We're going to do 7 squared. All right, let's try right here. So the diameter is 7. Diameter equals 7. In order to get the radius, we're going to divide that by 2, and that's going to give us r. So we got 7 divided by 2. Now, you could do 7 divided by 2 and get 3.5, but as a fraction, 7 over 2 squared means 7 times 7 and 2 times 2, which mathematically would be easier than multiplying 3.5 times 3.5. So this would be 49 over 4 times 3.14. And this would give you the area of the circle, and the area of the circle would be in square units.